Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 96 of the Awkward Watersport Guys podcast.
Hey, you know what? You know what the opposite of 96 is?
Yeah, I know.
69. Why is it 96? It's the same thing. 69, 96.
We're so close to 100. We still have to figure out who is going to be our guest on the 100th episode. Anyways, so we're getting close to Christmas time. So this is going to be our last episode before the end of the year. And we're going to talk about like what's on our business Christmas list and our personal Christmas list too. Might as well.
What? I thought we were going to do frivolous lawsuits.
Yeah.
No, it's good. Hey, listen, I like Christmas list better because the vitriol I left with. All right, listen, guys, we're going to let you on a little secret. Every once in a blue moon, instead of recording week to week, we record some episodes like back to back. This is one of those times, okay? And so the last episode, which we did last week, actually happened 2 minutes ago. And if we did frivolous lawsuits on the back of quiet quitting, the way I ended that episode, and I am still in that mode, so I would be like, motherfucker. And maybe that's what you guys want, but I think Greg wants me to finish off on a positive, happy
exactly.
note.
I changed it last minute. I'm sorry, but we had
if we did frivolous lawsuits after quiet quitting, I might throw my computer across the room.
We had a deep conversation. It was a good episode, and now we are going to talk about fun stuff because I'm kind of in like the Christmas mode. I put my Christmas lights up. I put my Christmas lights up last week. And my wife's like, why are you putting them up so early? And I said, because I don't want to put Christmas lights up and then have to take them down like in 3 weeks. I want them to stay on for an extended period of time to get, so my work, means something. So we got our Christmas lights up. And you know what really sucks is I tested every single one of those strands of lights. I put them up and half of them, they're like missing bulbs and stuff. So I can't win, but.
Man, so we were supposed to record yesterday and I had a hot water. I don't know if I felt this like God was against me. I fucking cleaned out my entire garage. And if I showed you the picture of what I had 6 or 7 people stop and ask. Oh, I did share that picture with you, didn't I?
The garage sale, yeah.
I can't even tell you how many people stopped by and were like, hey. In fact, when you and I were on a call with Bruce from Arrival, I was looking out my window and there was a woman going through a family album. I'm like, and one of my employees were there helping me, and I'm just like pointing at her. I'm like, don't let her take my family album. I'm like, no, we're not having a garage sale. Because I literally ripped the entire garage apart. And then I had a fucking hot water heater fucking tank go. And so I couldn't record yesterday, but I did the exact same thing. I was plugging in because as I was going through the garage, this is a funny story, dude. You're gonna like this. I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna take it back 2 months ago, and I'll tell you why I was ripping my garage apart. So while I was out of town for, I can't remember what it was, but we were gone, and Ilya, my business partner, if you guys have been at any of our events, you have met him. He's lovable. He is also my fall guy. And when shit is hitting the fan, while I look to him, I am also very hard on him. And this is why. While I was gone, he went out into my garage and he tripped a breaker or unplugged my refrigerator. And in my refrigerator, there's about 150 pounds of meat in there that my father-in-law had a cow slaughtered. He's got a farm, and they dry ice shipped us all of this meat. And actually, it was a Christmas gift, and in the fridge. And so he tripped it, and all of the meat went bad. And so when he opened the door, a waterfall of meat blood poured out into my garage, and he did not clean it. He also did not tell me about it while I was gone because he didn't want to ruin my vacation. So when I came home from that vacation, it literally smelled like an animal had been murdered in my garage and left to rot because, yes, rotting blood in my garage. So I fucking pulled everything out. I scrubbed it. I cleaned it. I used all these chemicals, and it seemed to be okay. When you go in the garage, it kind of had like a little bit of a musty sort of fucking deli smell to it, but I could live with it. So when the weather changed and it got really cold here, I don't know if the cement swelled or whatever, but it started smelling really, really bad in there, like something had died. And so I'm like, that's it. I'm power washing the floor. So I pulled everything. I've got my gym in there. We've got all of our decorations, all that shit. So I yanked everything out of there. I ripped every bin apart and I organized it all in a Kevin-like fashion, power washed the floor, got the smell out. It was really great. And during that time, I got sucked into testing all of my lights. Dude, I was out there until, like, my neighbors had to think I'm a lunatic, dude. I was out there until 11 p.m.
All your Christmas lights?
All my Christmas lights, half of them didn't work. Same thing. And I got so deep into this project, dude, that fucking, like, I had a flashlight out at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, still trying to get everything fucking put back in my garage and organized and labeled. And I've got to go and fucking find and then it's like, you fall into this thing. It's like, do I test the lights? Like, am I going to go through all this through like $40 in lights or just go buy new lights? You know, but the frugality of me says like, Chevy Chase it, test every light, find out which one's bad, and then the Kevin, I don't have time for this shit in my life, part of me is just like, go out and buy new ones.
Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break and talk about our sponsor, PPC Pros. PPC Pros is an agency focused on leveraging paid traffic, automation, and conversion optimization to get you more bookings.
Man, I've had a relationship with Dustin and PPC Pros from the earliest days of Destiny Water Adventures. We continue to work with PPC Pros. Dustin is one of those guys that provides so much value. The moment you call him and talk to him, you get off the phone and you're like head swirling with ideas, and he gives you a really good understanding of what they're actually doing for you. They're not just giving you some ROI breakdown of what you're going to get after working with them. They're using ad spend and everything like that. PPC is 100% a one-stop shop for all of your marketing needs. And even if you call him up and you don't end up working with Dustin, you walk away with a ton of value and ideas that you can apply to your business that day.
PPC Pros offers SMS and automation systems for water sport and venture companies designed to improve the customer experience, increase efficiency, and recover lost bookings. Their goal is to deploy simple and profitable marketing systems for operators so they can easily see the ROI from their marketing dollars and spend time on other areas of their business. So how do you get a hold of PPC Pros? You're going to go to their website, ppcpros.co. That's not .com. That's .co, ppcpros.co, and go to their contact us to start a conversation with Dustin and his team.
Dustin, their CEO and founder, is not just a marketer, he is an operator as well. You know that you're talking with one of us.
All right, let's get back to the show. Yeah, I throw out the lights when they're bad. I don't even mess with it anymore. It's not worth it. But you know, it's all worth it in the end, because my son, he's 7 years old, and he goes outside. And he's like, oh, man, it's so cool. And he's like, Dad, you did a really good job. Santa's going to find us. I know it. He's going to find us. And when your son comes out and says that, it's like, okay, it's worth doing it, you know, because they're going to remember that. And my dad. You
know, there's a service, right?
There's
a service that they'll come out. And I think it's like $400 or $500.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like a special kind of like to have them out there with you. Like, dude, my son was out there holding the lights and stuff. So, you know, I have a lot of respect for my dad. Because putting Christmas lights up in Michigan when it's snowing and it's cold and sleeting, he was out there like on the roof and putting them all up. I mean, we have it easy in Florida. Up north, it's like
my dad still does it.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. He's dead.
I was about to say, I'm like, what are you talking
about? my buddy who I haven't talked to in a while, and he texts me. He's like, how's your mom doing? I'm like, oh, she's still dead. And he's like, oh shit, I forgot, man.
Oh gosh.
Trying to make some small talk. Anytime I can drop an orphan joke in there, I'm all about it.
It's funny. Okay. So we have Christmas coming up, and there's got to be things on your Christmas list, right? What
number one is it's not to be an orphan.
Not to be an orphan.
I want to be adopted by a nice family.
Well,
can I?
We'll see.
I mean, was that too strong of a hint?
Hint of what?
Like, could you consider adopting me?
No.
Listen, I gotta. So, look, man, I gotta tell you, dude. Like, fucking, and this is, I love our group so much, right? Like, this is so great, and it's completely off the topic, and I'll bring us back to the topic, but just out of the blue, a great positive thing is, so Steve was like breaking my balls forever about
Steve from Amp Agency, right?
Steve from Amp Agency,
okay, right.
Who's like subsequently like of just one of the most dearest friends of mine, and it all came from this podcast and the group and all this bullshit, right? Which is really funny, because they're like, oh, how do you guys know each other? And we're like, Facebook group. But we went there and fucking like me and his kid bonded. Like me and his son Brock are so much alike, and it's like now like we left. It was like we're all hugging at the airport and we're like fucking text each other back and forth. And I'm like, man, like you guys, like we have adopted each other's families, man. It's like so fucking crazy. So Thanksgiving is coming up next week, and I don't know if it's this out before.
It's well
in 2 days
tomorrow.
But I just want to say, like, on my Christmas list, like, you know, and my thankfulness. This year has been awesome, dude. Like from, you know, spending family vacation with your family, you know, to meeting Steve's family. He got engaged at EDC, the electronic music festival we were at, and we talked a little bit about that. And I'm just like, man, like besides the money, besides all of this stuff, like this is everything I've ever wanted, man, is to have like a big family and like to have holidays that I get to spend with, like, because I never had that growing up, and it just like it's truly been amazing, dude. Like and so to answer your question, like you know, on my Christmas list is it's all happened, man, you know, and it all still happens to just have this great family and these great friends, and to have these great experiences, you know, it just like, man, it's all, you know,
yeah,
it's all been on my list. But a Rolex also would be cool. Anybody? Yeah. Like at the top, another Rolex would be great.
Yeah, it would be nice if my investments go up in 2023. That's on my Christmas list.
If those investments include crypto, you are sorely fucked, my man.
I'm still buying crypto. I might be crazy, but I mean, I feel like it's gonna bottom out, and if I don't buy, then all the crypto I bought last year at the highs, I need to average it down. It's not like it's just gonna disappear. It's not like, you know, when years ago people said the internet would just like go away. No, it's not going to do that. But it's just about finding like where's that perfect time to get in at that price so I can average down on my positions. But anyways, I'm not going to go on that. I will say though, like some of the things that are on my Christmas list for the company is, you know, we have a new website that we're going to be rolling out. So that's pretty high on my list.
Did we ever do? Oh yeah, we did. I forgot. Yeah, it was Steve and Rebecca. Rebecca, Rachel. Jesus Christ, I'm losing my mind. Rachel. Yeah, I was like, did we ever roll out our plan? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and as far as like with the podcast, you know, we're talking about creating a studio. You know, that would be that'd be really cool if we can do that. So looking forward to a lot of new guests. Like we have a lot of guests like that we're talking to, and we're gonna kind of step it up. You know, we're gonna have some you know, more, I wouldn't say like different guests, but, and I don't want to say traditional, but I want to say traditional, but having some bankers, lawyers, accountants, just really talking about ways to grow your business and make sure that you're making good choices and make you think a little bit more about your business. So
yeah. So over the grand scheme of things going into 2023, like Greg and I have been talking about diversification. There's a lot of big things that we have in the works that for 2023 are going to be super. We're both really excited about. As you can see over the evolution of the show, we've gotten to more different kind of topics. We've talked to people from different niches. From our presence at Arrival, people have reached out to us from that sector that are not just water sports, that feel that the stuff that we have presented on the show has been actionable in their business and has been helpful toward them. So 2023, you're going to see us branching out. Greg and I have talked about putting together an actual podcasting studio, different diversified guests, some more business stuff, some more finance stuff, because we want to continue to provide value to you guys. And this is not like a hard pitch or anything like that. We want to continue to provide value to you guys, not just from an operations and marketing standpoint, from a business and finance standpoint. And neither one of us are business and finance gurus. So you're going to see some more stuff like that coming forward, us getting more topical about current events, and basically just sort of spreading our wings, because Greg and I both really enjoyed doing this. And we don't want to just be an echo chamber or a repetitive type of talking about the same things, although we will be talking about still water sports stuff. We want to expand our education as well. And the only way we can do that is by bringing on guests who are outside our realm. And so you're going to see a lot of growth from us in the next year. And that's on my list as well, to learn more and to experience more, as always, in the business world. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think experiencing more. I mean, the last few years I've done a lot more traveling, and it's been really good. It's been really good for me, personally, because I spent like the first 12, 13 years at Trip Shock just grinding and not being able to enjoy the fruits of my labor. And so I've really enjoyed that. Like going to all these, Web3 and crypto conferences has been really cool, to see all the new innovation in, with this new technology. So I continue to do that. I want to experience more. I know we got, some conferences. Arrival will be next year, and we might have some news with the Watersport conference next year, and we'll be sharing more later. But I think that's kind of big on my list, is traveling. My big Christmas list is going to be traveling more and maybe, having smaller meetups. Like even I was talking to Rachel at Trip Shock, and she was saying how it'd be great if instead of having one big conference every year, that we have smaller little meetups. Maybe we meet up in Biloxi and do like a casino trip with people, or we meet in South Florida, or maybe somewhere in the Northeast for listeners out there. But having more like smaller meetups and just kind of getting to know everybody that is part of our community.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And it's like, I know you guys listen, some of you guys probably listen to this and you think like, Greg and Kevin are just, we turn on our showers in the morning and fucking diamonds come pouring out from the Trip Shot, or from the Water Sports Forum, and from the Awkward Watersports Guys, and from fucking, all the money he does make from this. It's just raining gold on us. But this is really like a passion project. Like this has been about growing our community. Obviously, like from the last couple episodes ago, you guys, I announced that, we would be doing a product for you guys. Obviously, Greg has his products for you guys. But like at the end of the day, it's not like Trip Shock or Wave Rides is getting fucking rich from the Awkward Watersports Guys, or Take My Boat Test is like, you know what I mean? Like we're going to just like make so much money from, soft selling you guys on the things, the business to business products that we have for you guys. But again, it's like, so it makes it hard for us. It really makes it hard for us to expand this, because the thing that does pay our mortgage, the thing that does allow us to travel, the thing that does is like a huge, like, just like you guys, we actually have real businesses to run. So it's made it very difficult for us to expand the podcast, expand the network, expand the group, expand the forum more than what it's been. Like, because this is not our business. Like, neither one of us are making money from this business.
Think about it.
Front end, back end, like zero money.
Well, Kevin, when we started the Facebook group, we had maybe 100 and something people in there. You know, it started off with just our immediate friends, colleagues, you know, family, and now it's at 630 people. So in 2 years, that's a lot, considering how niche water sports is. You know, to get that many people in the group is pretty amazing. So I think we, you know, doing a good job bringing people, and the engagement is pretty strong too. You know,
it is. I would love to see it more though. I really would. I would love to see our message get out there. And again, the conversations that we have for people. Like when we first started this show, like this was just I felt like I should be paying to do the show because of all of the value that was coming on from the guests, and still to this day. Like, I mean, there's a ton of ancillary benefits that I get from doing this show. But again, like it started with us just giving and just getting back through education. I would very much like to scale that. And I know you do too. For us, it's just about finding the time and the resources and the energy to put into something that a lot of people do for a full-time business. A lot of people that do what we're doing right now, like this is how they make their money. This is their livelihood, is having a podcast. And so the amount of work and again, like gratitude wise, Thanksgiving coming up, man. I mean, you do so much heavy lifting for the show. If you guys don't know this, Greg does all of the editing. He built the website. Like his team does all of the stuff on the side of that. Like I come in, I record, I schedule some guests, I help with programming, but Greg really does like the kind of like backbreaking shitty work that brings his podcast to see the light of day every day. And I really appreciate that, man. And I really thank you for that. And I mean, I definitely do not have the fucking time for it. So I know when I talk about expanding it, making it bigger, Greg's just like, fuck. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like what? Like I'm already. So what we really hope to do next year is sort of, you know, maybe grow everything a little bit so we can take that. So, and again, not to get rich, not to make a ton of money off of it, but to, again, just to grow the content, grow the education side of it, bring more stuff for you guys that I think we all could desperately use. It's just, you know, like finding the time and finding the resources to make that happen. And I think we're both on the same page when we say that in 2023, we are going to do that. And hopefully there'll be more of you guys into the group, more of you guys listening to the show, more guests coming on. Mm-hmm. So we can continue to provide, you know, value for everybody. That's
pretty crazy is that we converted all of our episodes to YouTube, and I was kind of humbled to see like the comments on YouTube and the views on YouTube. Like we've had hundreds, if not thousands, of views on our YouTube channel on those videos, and it's like, man, we're really trying to do what we can to spread the word and educate more people on these topics, but it's been cool. So yeah, if you're more of a YouTube person, just check out our YouTube channel and subscribe there. But anyways, is it anything else, Kevin? I think that the kind of the bottom line is for 2023, you and I are gonna hit the road and do some traveling and
yeah, for sure, man.
That's definitely on our list.
I just wanna do all just the shout outs, man.
Okay.
I would like to shout out Boat Test 101. I'd like to shout out Von Mack. I'd like to shout out Amp Agency. I'd like to shout out, who am I missing? PPC Pros, Douglas Quinby and Arrival, everybody that came out to the conference in lieu of the hurricane. I just want to say thank you to all the sponsors and all of the friendships and all of the people that supported in 2022, continue to support in 2023. I hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving, an amazing Christmas, an amazing holiday, and I really look forward to 2023. And mostly I just want to thank everybody that listens to the show, that's downloaded the show, that's left a review. that says great things about us, that hit me up in my messages and in my emails, asking questions. I just thank you guys so much for everything you've done, and thank you for continuing to support us and the Awkward Watersports Guys. And we look forward to seeing you guys in 2023.
Yeah, this is our third. We're capping off our third year of doing the show. It's kind of crazy.
Crazy.
Like 3 years,
Yeah.
almost 3 years. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I echo. I mean, all those people have helped us out. So look forward to having a great 2023, starting the show off strong, and we're gonna have great guests, and look forward to it. So yeah, have a safe holidays, and as always, keep it awkward.
Yeah, man.